welcome to my Patreon. So exciting to see you here. We are going to have a ball. This next chapter is about being disciplined around date. That's quite literally the name of the chapter. This chapter will be talking about sex, how to talk about it, how to navigate it, how not to be the fool, like how to not to get just the shorter end of the stick. I'm going to read the first chapter for you. You fuck a man because you think he looks good. Does that make you selective? You spread your legs and let a man inside because he's hung around for 90 days. Does that make you classy? You have sex with men who say the right things, look the right way, or promise the right future. Does that mean you have standards? And then he proceeds to say, there are women who walk among us who don't let their standards down for anyone, but the problem is they are few. Most women have at least one guy who they let down the standards for. Whether your standards are I need a ring, I need a relationship, I need to go on 3-10 dates, I need to go on a vacation, I need them to buy me a yacht before I have sex with them. You have the one guy that did not do those things that you still had sex with. And he says the reason that you ended up in that situation is because of the way we're raised and how society shapes us. Women are taught to be fearful and to be shy and giggly about talking about sex. What he says is, you're a woman, you want sex, you love sex. That's it. The only reason you gave it up for that one person is because you are attracted to them, period. It was not a sign from the universe, from God, that this is the love of your life, your husband, da da da. It wasn't that complicated. It is as simple as you're a human being, your body reacted positively to this person, meaning you were attracted to them, and you ended up having sex with them. Or he seduced you, your body responded positively, you ended up having sex with them. That's it. It's not a sign. I feel like that's how a lot of women like convince ourselves that, you know, at the end of the day, I just feel like the only reason I did that is because, you know, I've never felt like that. Yes, you had not been attracted to a person like that before, because when you think about it, on average, women are mostly approached by a 5, a 6, like people who are not your type, right? Because remember what you spoke about in the first chapter, it's a numbers game for men. You can literally, there's a man who knows he is not your type, not your standard, but he still has to try. So because of like just reasonably putting the numbers, you have been hit on by so many 5, 6, 7s. By the time a 10 comes along, he looks good, he's well spoken, he has some little riz to him. You're like, oh party. So that's it. So he says the first step, accept that you're a woman, you like sex, and you need to be comfortable around sex. So the first thing he wants to teach us is how to have real discipline, because this is how he defines real discipline and fake discipline. Real discipline is wanting something, understanding why you want it, and then making a conscious and unwavering decision to abstain from said thing. Fake discipline is wanting something, not fully understanding why you want it so bad, and trying to hold out using willpower to fight the must-have feeling. His point is, once you accept that you want sex, you like sex, sex is a part of you as a woman, as a human being, and it is an enjoyable thing if you're doing it with someone you like, it brings you one step closer to understanding, yes, I want it, but not now. Maybe later, maybe never, depending on the circumstances surrounding you and the person that you want to have sex with. But step one, you have to understand that you want it. Because another thing he speaks about in this chapter is ego gets in the way of a lot of women, like making sure they're not in precarious situations. Because if you've ended up in a situation where a man you are attracted to, let's say you've gone for a date, he's brought you home, he's outside the door, and he's like, you know what, let me just come up for a cup of coffee, for some water, or you're at his house and it's like, why don't you just come up for some wine, for some, you know, maybe you had a glass of wine at the date, and even if you didn't have any alcohol, you are clear in your mind that you're attracted to this person. But ego makes you think that because I'm disciplined, I'm that bitch, I'll go up, we'll talk, and nothing will happen. Where does that end up? In his bed. That's where it ends up most often, especially if you're really attracted to the guy. So first thing he says, please, like, he's just like, accept you will want sex when you're attracted to someone. Because then it will allow you not to put yourself in situations where sex might happen when you're not ready for it to happen. Even when you think about going for a movie with a guy you're attracted to, what are the odds that that sexual tension will mean that you kiss? Going for being in apartments, that's why I don't believe in any come over and hang out. Let's go outside where the sun is. And I feel like this was in this book. I've seen this in so many of these romantic books. If you're attracted to someone, don't think you're greater than your brain's pleasure principle, because your brain is very good at convincing you, no, it's okay. That's why when you have a cake in the fridge that you really like, you will keep going for a slice, another slice, another slice, because you can't reason with your brain's pleasure principle, especially when those rings are ding ding ding. This is literally evolution when you think about it. Your brain is like, I want a baby now, I want to procreate now, and you're busy saying that your ego, this little will win. No, it won't. And he also uses the same thing, like using diet, to explain that for a lot of people, especially like if you're on a weight loss journey, if you understand why you're doing this, you'll understand, yes, I want to have this cake, but my desire for a better future, better body is greater. So I understand that I want it. I can acknowledge that my mouth is watering, but I will not have it. And that, I think, applies to also so many things. Like, I dislike the gym. I feel good after going to the gym, but I dislike the gym. I dislike the whole, like, going there, lifting metal. It's not fun to me. But I understand that I like having a banging body. So as much as I understand I don't like this thing, I will do the thing anyway. And another thing is, like, even just waking up for work in bed, you understand your desire. You're not saying that I don't want to sleep, I don't even like. Do you see how that looks like? That we use denial to reason out why you would not have sex with someone. Because when you think about it, there's nothing else that gives you pleasure that you deny. You acknowledge, I like sleep, but I understand that I have to wake up to do X. I understand that I like cake. I understand that. Why do we deny it when it comes to sex? So step one, we need to stop denying. You like sex, I like sex, it's a human thing, it's a woman thing. Let's accept it. Another thing he talks about that I'm actually so passionate about is, I'm going to just read the excerpt. He took you to the movies. Oh my God, he loves spending time with me. He called you in the morning to make sure you don't oversleep. Oh my God, he's so considerate. He tried to finger you but stopped when you said chill. Oh my God, he's such a gentleman. I am not exaggerating. Women really do see little things as huge character defining traits, because I think women love seeing the potential of someone. And that's why I once made this video on my TikTok. When you're attracted to someone, you're looking for reasons to tell you that you are right in being attracted to them. So you will find the reasons. You think the brain is very good at looking for whatever you tell it to look for. Let's actually compare two situations. I know you have a guy in your life. It could be your best friend. It could be just some guy who has been rotating in your orbit for the last like 3 years. You're not attracted to him, right? If he calls you in the morning to say, hey, wake up, like make sure you don't miss work, like did you go to the gym? He's annoying. He's annoying. He's boring. Like, can he just relax? Can he not understand that I don't like him? But when a guy you like does the same things, same, suddenly it's like, oh my God, he's so considerate. Oh my God, he's so kind. But he's doing the same things that other men in your life do for free anyway. So why is this one that you're attracted to getting your cooch just because he woke you up in the morning? So what he's trying to teach us here is like, you need to have defined things that you require. It cannot just be blase. Your requirements cannot change based on the person, because that's how you end up in situations where you're like, I don't understand how I ended up in this situation, because you know, like you ended up in that situation because you are attracted to him, and you let a lot of things slide, or you allow the bare minimum to happen because you're attracted to him. And everything I've said can be encapsulated by 2 videos I made on TikTok. I'll just repeat them for you right now. One, when men and women go on dates, the man is scheming. He's trying to see, what can I do, what can I say on this date that will make this lady remove her panties? That's the goal. That's his goal when he's coming to the date. Your goal is this my future husband? Let me observe. Oh my God, he's so handsome. Look at the way he pulled a chair for me. You're interviewing him, and he's already passed the interview. So it's like you're doing you're trying to see whether he has any negative traits, because you've already given him the pass. You've already decided he's handsome, I'm enjoying spending time with him. Let's see whether he does anything wrong that would disqualify him for that position. That's how a lot of women go into dates. Men, really, they're just like, okay, I like her a bit, let's see if she'll drop them panties, that's it. So men are scheming, women are dreaming. Stop doing that. The next thing, which piggybacks off of the first point, is when you meet a man, start from 0. Stop starting from 10. From, is this could be my husband? Start from 0. When he does something you desire, that is on your checklist, that you want in a partner, add points. I feel like a lot of us start from 10, and then you deduct points for every negative thing he does. And this is what actually, I feel like this is what makes a lot of people stay in bad relationships, abusive relationships, relationships that don't serve them, because you feel like as a woman you have to accumulate a list for I don't know who, where if you break up you'll say, you know, he spoke to me badly, he pushed me, he beat me up, he used to make me pay for dates, he never used to call me in the morning. Why are you creating this list for? Why does there need to be a list of negatives? And to avoid that whole thing, that whole line of thinking, start from zero. He does something you're pleased with that pleases you at a point. That's it. And I feel like men also approach dating the same way. They never meet women and they're like, is this could be my future wife? They're like, yo, let me go on the date, let me see if she'll allow me to fuck, and then we'll see if I like her. And then that's how they fall in love. And then don't forget what we said in the first chapter, men fall in love by mistakes. Never, oh my god, I really want to fall in love. How many times have you had a man say that? Literally never. The next thing is owning your sexuality, how to speak about sex. So